Hey, all you holistic hipsters out there, it's that time. So grab your chalice of choice and sit back and sip along with us. We would love to welcome you to the Tea Podcast, where we spill the tea on all things holistic in the pet grooming industry. Let me introduce you to our hostesses with the mostesses.
She is the socialite of skin and coat care, Ms. Michelle Knowles.
And the queen bee of all things oily, Ms. Melissa Conti-Diener. Brought to you by theoilygroomer.com. Are you searching for a new and more mindful way of grooming? Interested in understanding how to grow your grooming business with a more holistic and organic approach? Please contact Melissa Conti-Diener at theoilygroomer.com so that you can set up a meeting and bring balance and prosperity to your life. And allthingspaw.com. Intermediate and advanced courses in pet esthetician work, fear recovery, animal handling, and more. Get your learn on with All Things Paw. Also, classes with Melissa, online and self-guided, intuitive energy work, transitional therapy, and compassionate touchpoint therapy, and more. And the Herbal Paw Pet Apothecary, tailored for the individual pet, phone consultations, history gathering, and the home of the Herbal First Aid Kit.
Now, let's get the tea party started.
All right. Guess what, Melissa? We woke up again.
Yeah, we did. We made it through another night. We said, nope, not ready for you two bitches. You have to stay there.
Oh, it was so good, but I had to get up.
I know. And my loveliness is just overwhelming while we're prepping for Pasadena.
We are prepping for Pasadena, and we are tore down already.
Yes. So you can see behind me, my office, there's things thrown everywhere. It's just a hot mess, but
yeah, we
will get it together. It is, it's coming along. So what's keeping you afloat, Michelle? What's in your cup?
Well, today we're rocking my favorite little mug I got from my girls at Paula Spa. This is my little mushroom cup. And inside is an anti-inflammatory blend with cardamom and cloves and orange peel and lemon peel, because I have this weird cough that has been just sustaining for a few weeks now. So I'm trying not to lose my voice. If I do, I'll just make faces while Melissa talks. What do you have in your lovely cup today?
So I have my como se llama cup, and it's a favorite of mine. It's a nice big cup. And I have a dark brew in here, if you can see that. It is hibiscus and orange and tangerine. So lots of...
I would drink that.
Yeah, and it is a white tea base, though. And but I've had a little tickle in my throat, and that just... with the weirdness of the weather, it's been rainy, it's not rainy. Today's supposed to be like 76, and then it's supposed to go back down to the 50s and 60s and 30s at night.
And it's so weird because it's wet and then really dry. And then wet and then really dry.
Yeah, it is very, our weather is bipolar at this point.
It is.
So I'm loading up on the vitamin C, so that I can make it to Pasadena and be sunshiny and happy, and not feel crappy. So that's my thing. And sometimes just the tangerine and that orange just gives you such a boost, because I'm seriously running on fumes at this point.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah. We're doing it.
And like
doing it, Melissa.
I know. This is our first foray into having a booth together. Combining our skill here.
Mm-hmm.
That was my affirmation. I have a little app that I use. It's called Moonly. And one of the things that gives me an affirmation every day. I have several different ones I use, but this one was a great one because I was just like, what if nobody wants any of the stuff I have? And then I opened my app and it says, I have my affirmation for today says, I have many skills to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a very good one. I was happy with that.
You literally have to have the attitude that, if they don't like what you have, then they're not your target audience.
Yeah.
I really want to talk to the ones that want to talk about what I have to offer, and
Right.
if you want to poo-poo it or not talk about it or downgrade it or whatever, I'm just not for you. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. There's a selection. You have a selection.
I know. But sometimes when we really get excited about what we have to offer,
Yes.
At least for me, and I know you and I have discussed this before, that imposter syndrome kind of starts in your ear, and it's like, really, you sure you don't know enough? You're not doing this right. You're a big phony. You're a big fake. You're you need to just shut up and go sit down somewhere. But
the way you get over that is you think about the person that you admire the most, no matter who it is, the ones that you think have it all together and this, that, and the other, and write down a list of 10 things that you would tell them in person. Oh my gosh, you're so great. I blah, blah. Then take that list and tape it on your mirror. So every morning you walk in there and you're saying that to yourself because it's all true. But I don't think either one of us would be where we are now if we didn't have something to offer.
Oh, no. I
feel that way about all of you out there in the Tea Podcast land.
Yeah.
You have something to offer.
Yeah. I think that it's important that you actually, when you don't have people telling you that you tell yourself that on a regular basis.
You're your biggest fan.
Yeah. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. Mm-hmm. But sometimes what are we talking about today? Because that leads into this. Because sometimes when you get tired and you just get burned out and you just have used your talent and skill to the maximum.
Absolutely. Have some tea. The value of rest. The value of rest. I cannot. Oh my gosh. And yes, we're going to preach and not practice for a minute because we got things to do right now.
We got stuff to do. So we are literally, where's my sign? This is it. I'm taking this to Pasadena as well. This will be hung in the booth. We are literally manifesting.
Yes.
That's going in the booth. But sometimes it's hard and you do have to work really hard and you do have to forego rest to push through. Yeah.
One of my major issues that I have to work on is not taking time for rest. I'll keep going until I drop. Yeah. And then I'll just be laying on the floor and I'll be like, okay, don't touch me because I got to pop back up here in 5 minutes and finish this project.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. It forces you at the end, you know, when it humbles you.
Well, if you don't rest, you'll die.
Yeah.
Literally, your body has to recuperate. When you get tired, you get depleted of all your minerals and your energy and all your stuff, and it has to be replenished. You have to rest your neck. You can't just be up all the time. You have to lay down and rest your neck, realign your spine. You have to take time out of your busy schedule to not see anything. Be in a darkened room. Don't have all this advertising and colors and the chatterbox going and the radio and the Facebook and YouTube and all the things. You have to take a break from all that so that your mind can stop and defuzz a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's important. It's important to I just said to my husband the other day, I was like, I was getting things out of my closet to use for Pasadena. And I was like, oh, There's my yoga mat. Hello, old friend.
I'm afraid of doing anything that takes any energy away from the things that I'm working on right now. It's like, oh, I want to do that so bad, but I can't. I'll be broken.
I just was like, oh, there you are. I need you. I need to start doing this again. My little 2-second stretch before I get out of bed. Some mornings it's like I sit up, throw my legs over, and then I'm like, okay, a couple deep breaths, just kind of wake myself up like this, and that's it. And I'm off to the races. And I need to get back into my practice so desperately. I can feel it in my body, just feeling centered. I feel very scattered. And what happens is, for me at least, Michelle and I actually took a class together with our good friend Kate Clayson, and it was a vision board event for women entrepreneurs. We're all crazy, running nuts, doing 100,000 things. Kate couldn't even come to Pasadena with us because her schedule is so packed.
Yeah,
with events. And do you know how hard it was for me to actually pull myself together to go out and do that? Like, I seriously was thinking of excuses why I shouldn't go. But I made myself go, which I was so happy that we did.
And what's hilarious is I'm usually that person every time. When Melissa or Kate invites me to do something, I'm like,
I know. And
so this time, Kate brought it to us. And then I was the first one to buy my ticket. I was like, fine, I'm going to do this. I'm committed. And then, listen to this. It says right on the thing, come comfortable. Don't worry about dressing up, this and that and the other. Pajamas are welcome. So I'm thinking, oh, okay. I took that to heart. Okay. Let's just put it that way.
Literally.
I took it to heart. No, not a stitch of makeup. I might as well have been wearing bedroom slippers. Like, it was so bad. And everybody was dressed to the nines. Even Melissa, of course, had her hair all cute, and she had a belt, and she's all looking together. I'm like, oh my God.
I managed to throw on a belt. So.
She looked $1 million. I looked like I rolled out of bed, and I'm not even joking, because that's what happened.
You look fantastic. You are
it was a vision board session, and they did like a meditation or a hypnosis meditation at the very beginning to help you focus. That was so much fun. I can't even tell you. It was such a great experience that I added it to the Savannah retreat. After we go through all the therapeutics and the spa treatments and the talking and all the stuff that we're going to do, the last day in the morning, I would like to devote vision boarding. So that's going to be an activity, and you can take that vision board home and then really put your intent into the last 6 months of the year, or the next year, or the next 10 years, or whatever you have on your plate. It's going to be a great time, but I had so much fun. It focused what I really wanted to do for this year. And I thought it was a really amazing experience. I had never done a vision board before, not in that atmosphere, if you will.
Yeah, it was great. But it was also, I counted that as rest. I counted that as a moment to step out of my crazy busy life and just focus on what my goals are. Instead of being so hyper focused on all these different goals and all these different responsibilities, sometimes if you step out of that and you just kind of focus on yourself for a little bit, that's a moment of respite too, of just allowing your soul to breathe for a moment. And that was my word. We all had to pick a word for the board. And my word has been, that was my word for the new year, is focus. So, and it's important to take that time and value that time, seeing that as rest, or seeing something like I saw my yoga mat and was like, oh, I miss my doing that. It's the same thing. That's a moment of rest for my soul, where I am focused on my well-being instead of everything but my well-being.
Right. So I agree.
Important.
Yeah, my word was abundance. I'm looking for abundance. Like I tell Melissa all the time, I don't need all the money. I just need some of it.
Right.
I want abundance in my life. I don't need abundance in my bank account as much as I need abundance in the love that I have with my friends and family, the abundance of having enough to eat, the ability to turn the lights on, also my network of wonderful ladies and gentlemen that support me and I support. Just amazing things. So I want abundance in everyone else's life that I'm connected to as well. So my word is abundance for the whole year and beyond.
Yeah. And I mean, I wrote on mine. I actually put mine up. Mine's on the side of my refrigerator. So it's up and there for me to see every day when I walk through and to get my tea, my morning tea. And I wrote on there, money flows freely to me in an energetic circle. So it flows in and it flows out to what is needed for, and that's not going to be a worry. So my focus is not on the actual money. My focus is actually on the flow of that money, coming to me for what I need it for and when I need it, and flowing to what it needs to be used for. So, and that's my focus is on having that kind of flow and that kind of balance. Because you can have all the money in the world, but that doesn't mean
be the poorest person on the planet.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think people have they misnomer the saying or the scripture, money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
The love of money is the root of all evil, not money itself. To me, money is fluid. It's a means to an end of getting the things that are important.
Right.
Money's not the important part for me per se. I mean, yeah, I want to have stuff to pay my car payment and do all that stuff. But I mean, I don't want to accumulate wealth. Right. I want abundance in all aspects of my life. And I think that's a little bit different than just wanting the money,
Well, and that robs you of your rest when you are worried, or hyper focused on just finances. And believe me, I mean, I have been poor, and I mean poor. I'm talking fried bologna sandwiches and Wonder Bread, and
you had bread.
Oh yeah. Government cheese, girl. So I have been poor. I come from way back trailer trash, and I'm happy to say that is where I built myself up from.
Yeah.
So, and I tell myself that every single day. No mud, no lotus. And girl, I have got some mud in my background. There is lots of dirt, but you need that to grow.
You need it to grow. Absolutely.
Yep. So
are you oppressed or are you planted?
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. And that's how you move yourself through that.
Yes.
But you have to value that rest in your life, that you have to take moments to be able to focus on the things that you want and not worry about everything, not put that energy into being, I'm so worried and so stressed and worried. Instead, turn that energy around into, it's like I used to say to my kids, if you're coming to me with a problem, I want at least 3 solutions before you just come to me and cry about something. What are we doing to move through this, fix this, or,
cast it aside? It's irrelevant. You're wasting worry moments on something that doesn't need worried about.
Exactly. So Aaron says, me all
day, every day.
All right, Aaron. So that's just a part of, I think everybody has history. And I think that we have to honor your history, honor your ancestors. And part of that is to take time to rest and look back at where you've come from. If you're so hyper focused on moving forward and moving, eventually you're going to have to slow down. You can't, you have to refuel. It was just Kate's birthday not too long ago. And I actually bought one for myself. I don't know where I placed him right now, but I got us each a little jade because that's how I buy gifts. One for my friend and one for me. So So I got her a little jade turtle and a little carved fetish,
Mhm.
and so to remind us because we're very goal driven women, and to remind us that you know the sometimes the tortoise wins the race. Slow
Mhm.
and steady
You know
actually.
what? A lot of tortoises win the race and the
Yeah,
rabbits burn out.
right.
And that's what happens.
So don't get discouraged when you see people doing things and you're like, I want to do that. Why am I not there? I've been working twice as hard as that person.
You're
And
where you're supposed to be.
exactly.
That's it. That's it. You're not the audience of those people you think are doing so great are different from your audience, from your people who love you and who are listening to your message. And that's something I remind myself all the time. I'm human. I'm human. I'm just as human as everybody else. And sometimes I have to take stock of, you know what? When I tell people what I've done, because I don't think of myself as doing a bunch of stuff, but when I list it on a piece of paper and say, okay, this is what somebody else did, I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
It's
You just got to remind yourself.
I just try to make sure that I get so driven. I'm a very driven person that what happens is that my body just says, you're
Right.
done. It's just like it literally makes that noise, like
Yeah.
done.
Uh-huh.
And then I can't move off the couch, and then my
Mhm.
brain just doesn't want to focus on anything.
Yeah.
And I just can't. And that just recently happened because I become overwhelmed. My husband always says, oh, it's just part, because I'm like, oh my God, I have so much to do and I can't do anything. And he's like, this is part of your process, is the freak out time. And I have to shut down. And so all I do is get under the blanket and watch Disney movies and old movies and cry and, and do all those things. And then I emerge from my fake mink blanket and come out and be like, all right, let's get this shit done.
Right. You have to refocus, basically. Yeah. Your body forces you to refocus, calm down, refill, and then when you're filled up enough, then you're like, okay, let's get started again.
Yeah. I literally have to like shut it all out of my brain before I can start a whole new project. I have to like completely shut down. And thank God my husband understands that. So, I'm like, and you're another one that has a partner, a husband that is like, okay, we just match craziness.
Yeah. He manages my mania.
Yeah.
He absolutely does. We've been together for a really long time, and he has just learned what my flow is, and he can seamlessly go from, supportive, let's get it done.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you need to sit down for right now. Okay.
My husband would be like, would you like a cup of tea? How about some toast? How about something? I think you need some food. I struggle with food, rest, any of those things. I'm just like, go, 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 go. And then he'll be like, when was the last time you ate? And I'm like, 1967. When
Are you drinking your water? Are you all the things? I'm like, oh no, I haven't had anything to drink since last Tuesday. I can't even remember. Yeah, absolutely. So I found a little paragraph, I guess, and this is from aucklandphysiotherapy.com .co in New Zealand. And it just says, overall rest is a crucial part of maintaining our health and well-being. By allowing our bodies time to recover, rest helps prevent injuries and improve overall performance. It also aids in muscle repair, reduces inflammation, and supports a healthy immune system. Additionally, rest helps manage stress levels and lowers blood pressure, contributing to a healthier heart. The impact of rest on mental and emotional well-being should not be underestimated. Taking regular breaks and engaging in activities like meditation or simply unplugging from technology can enhance focus, concentration, and cognitive function. Rest also promotes stress reduction, anxiety management, and mood regulation. It also allows the brain to process information, fostering creativity and problem-solving abilities. So I also read a study, and I don't know where it's from, and this is something from memory. If you are go, 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 and you're not resting enough, you have so much cortisol and adrenaline in your bloodstream that you're inhibiting the processes that happen when you rest. So if people who have trouble with insomnia and this, that, and the other, which I am a victim, I am a participant in that.
Yeah.
You know, if you are so full of go energy, when you do rest, your chemistry isn't doing things properly. Your magnesium can't suck water into the cells and do all of the other 600 plus things that magnesium does in your body. And that goes for every trace element, every system, every function. So you're really in detriment if you're just pushing yourself to the limit, burning the candles at all 50 ends, you know, like I do all the time. So this is definitely an episode of me preaching and not practicing for now. Anyway, I've got things to do before I die.
Yeah. When we come back, I think I literally scheduled myself. It says on my calendar, decompress day.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a day to just kind of melt and relax, and then it's back to work for me. Because I work a regular job, like out of the house, regular job that I have to go to. And so that consumes a huge portion of my time and effort and
focus.
And focus, yes.
Yeah. Melissa, she's got a very disciplined job for being such a butterfly. And she does it, and you don't even know she's having a hard time with it unless she says something, because it's so seamless. I'm in awe of you sometimes. Just like, yeah, get it together. I just graduated 12 students. I'm like, ah! And then she does it all with her hair all done. I'm a mess over here sometimes.
My motto is, you know, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. So
I hear you.
When it comes knocking, and you know, my spirit animal is RuPaul. So, and I'm sorry, but I truly believe that if I feel like I could feel horrible, but if my hair is done and listen, ladies, I'm sans anything, no nails, not even my hoops on today. I'm a hot mess, but that's okay.
She has a necklace on, though. I can see it.
That never. Yeah. That's my name. In case I wander off, John will at least have somebody find me and be like, "Hey, does anybody know this girl, Melissa?"
She's in the fountain trying to relax.
Exactly. But I truly feel that way. Like, I feel like and for me, I am a girly girl in that way. Like, I'll go out in my garden with my big giant garden hat, but I'll have, you know, lashes on or my nails done or whatever. Those things just make me feel good. And everybody has different things that make them feel good. I come from a long line of fabulous women. And so, you know, I remember being little and my grandmother even saying, you know, you never leave the house without lipstick on. And so, you know, it just, for me, it was always just something that just, even when I don't feel pretty, I can feel pretty just by putting something else on. Like my students know, I'll have a fuzzy scrunchie or something fun in my hair, and she
does every single time. Even when she's a hot mess, she's got a foam mink blanket.
Yeah. Because that's me. So it's just,
you are delightful.
I tell my husband this all the time. I know this as a fact. I am reincarnated from royalty. This is, and I like sit there some mornings and I'm like, I'll be like looking at our bank balance and figuring out the bills with him or whatever. And I'll look at him and I'll be like, this is so not where I'm supposed to be. This is not. I'm all, you know, and he just laughs and I'm always all, I swear, why did you just have, why couldn't you be rich instead of so handsome? And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm trying. I'm working. So
yeah, my colleague Erin, who's in the comment section right now, she made up a name for me. I'm a femi-man.
Oh yeah.
Because I do have very feminine traits, but I also have very masculine traits as well. And I tried to be girly for a while in various periods of my life. But you know what? It just doesn't come naturally to me. And I'm one of those people that when I go to see Aaron says, that's right. But when I go to a store, any store, or clothes shopping or shoe shopping or figuring out what hairstyle I want or whatever, I'm literally, I can't, it doesn't make sense to me. It feels fake. It feels like it's crooked on me. I'm not an off the rack kind of person. And I just, I don't.
Me either, but I have to buy off the rack. I can't. So, but
sometimes it ends up kind of a hit and miss. In high school, I'd get all dolled up and everybody like, oh, you look so hot. You look so good today, blah, blah, like that. But it was all fake. I felt like I was wearing a clown suit. And it was just ridiculous. And I'm not comfortable.
Girl, I want to be the clown. I want the hair. I want the lashes. I want the paint. I want all of it because it's fun. And that's, to me, I find fun and I find just whimsy, like just some part of me that doesn't have to be so serious. Like, that's, to me, that's rest because I have to be so serious. So much of it's not easy to adult, so it's like, my daughter always goes when people go, oh my God, I love your hair or whatever. Usually it's my hair because I change my hair so much because I purchased my hair. It's my hair. I bought it. But, I'll tell people, I'll be like, oh, thanks. I bought it off of Amazon or I bought it, here or whatever. And my daughter, Mom, don't tell people that. I'm like, why not? They get a laugh. I get a laugh. I don't take myself that seriously.
And you're put together 99.9% of the time. Like you
so
sharp all the time.
Falling apart on the inside, but the outside.
If I ever had to study femininity, I'd probably have Melissa as my pinnacle. She knows. And you know what? I tried so hard to have things that have sparkle on it or this or that and the other. Literally, guys, I can't do it. Well, I can't do it. And I'm the weird nerd with the weird glasses that are crooked and I'm wearing Goodwill clothes and I don't know how it doesn't come naturally to me.
But I do Goodwill, I do resale, I do thrift, I do marketplace, I do all that stuff because it is just, for me, it's fun to take those things and make them.
It's exhausting.
See, I enjoy it. I mean, I got a new car a little while ago. My license, and everybody that knows me knows I've had this license plate for quite a while now. My license plate literally says K9 Queen. Yes. And it's in a sparkled
everything is sparkly.
Everything is sparkled. And now in the new car, I have a sparkled steering wheel cover, sparkly things on the shade.
It always surprises me when I'm with you in the sunlight and your skin doesn't glint like Twilight.
I have the sparkly powder. I have to tone it down because I'll wear it. I'll look like from another planet. Blinding people.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's part of my rest.
Yes, absolutely. That is very much a part of you.
Yeah. So, I mean, that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, so do those things. Find those things for yourself, even if it's just, and I mean, I take time to sit and read a book or do that as well. Like I have a really pretty little spot out in the front of my house.
But she does it in lashes. Let's just
say. Absolutely.
I love it. I love the effect from afar. I just can't achieve it. I don't have anything against it. It doesn't come naturally to me. I've never been a fashionista. When I do have a look that I like, I wear the heck out of it until it's falling apart into shreds. So it's just, I don't know. It's just not my thing. And I've learned to accept that and just love Melissa and her Melissa kind from afar.
I'm a maximalist.
Michelle, and I'm a minimalist.
And I am a maximalist to the extreme of being a maximalist. So, and then every once in a while I have to purge everything and go back to being a minimalist for me, which is maybe half my crap. So
that's full kit: lashes, nails, hair done, and something sparkly.
Yeah.
Phone case, shoes, something.
Yeah.
That's a minimalist for Melissa.
That is. I have a sign that hangs in my bathroom that literally says, she leaves glitter everywhere she goes.
Mhm.
And so
It's true.
that truly is my goal,
Mhm.
is to just leave that sparkle, just leave something of myself behind. Like somebody asked me recently, why did you pick pink for your logo colors? You know, like my glasses, and then always pink. And why is it pink? But pink is really it's the heart. It's the heart chakra. It is love, and that's what sparkles for me.
Mhm.
That's when I feel like I am just glowing that way and just showing outwardly love. That's, to me, is the best thing that can happen. We joke about this all the time, and it pisses a lot of people off.
It does. She's so shiny that it pisses people off sometimes.
So,
You have to really love what she's laying down, or she'll overwhelm you.
yeah. And I say that all the time. I posted on my social media. I just posted that thing the other day that was like, just be yourself. And then it's all me. And it's the lady in total Cleopatra garb walking in.
Exactly. Yes.
That's me.
That's who you are. That's exactly who you are.
But
no shame in it. No shame in your game.
Not anymore. I used to try to tone it down but that's just not who I am. I mean, it's not who I am. And so either you love it or you don't. I mean,
right.
I met a groomer at Hershey one year, and she was from North Carolina. And we were joking and talking, and she was saying about how she just liked my personal style, that kind of stuff. And she said, I swear, if I didn't know that you were from Arizona, I would think you were Southern, because, you know, you act very old Southern, you know, that kind of thing. And I was laughing, and I said, well, I do come from South Jersey, so we have that.
Which explains a lot of the bling that you have also.
Kind of the mob wife thing going on.
Sort of. Yeah, I see it.
The fur blankets, the leopard. I do a lot of leopard, so, you know, but
that's hilarious.
I mean, I don't know. I just try and find my happy place, because that's where I find my rest.
Mm-hmm.
My
Absolutely. Yeah. Hobbies can't be discounted.
No.
And you see it all over the internet and in memes and this, that, and the other. But this is one of the truths of being human, having the human condition. If you want to paint, you don't have to be a 5-star painter selling for $100,000 million.
Right.
Paint badly because you love it. Paint, whether it's good or not. Write poetry, you know. Going out and getting designer accessories or whatever it is that fills you, that's what you should do. You don't even have to do it well. It's for you, not for anybody else.
Yeah. And you have to take that time for yourself. You have to acknowledge, sorry, Juju can't hold her liquor. She's like over here licking my face off and rolling all over. But even my dogs have rhinestone collars, so that's how bougie we are here. But you have to. I think that once you accept who you are and where you are in your life and set goals, the value of understanding and knowing that gives you freedom to rest in that. Like, yes. I don't worry about that anymore. Mm-hmm. It's not something that I have to worry about. If you don't like my hair, guess what? I have 27 other hair pieces in the drawer in my bathroom.
Well, it's not for you. If you don't like her hair, that's not. Walk along. Maybe nobody likes your hair. I don't know.
Right. But to me, it's like, guess what? It's going to change anyway. I'm going to, you know, you may not like that one little thing about me, but I may not do that again for quite a while. But if you think it's just all fake, it is. And I'm happy to say it's fake. I mean, one of my biggest idols is Dolly Parton. Mm-hmm. I absolutely she is a brilliant woman. Mm-hmm. And I love her personal style. I love the fact that that's what she likes.
Mm-hmm. So, and not only that, I don't think even she knows what she looks like without makeup, truthfully.
Right.
Yeah, I know. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
But that's where she finds her happiness at. So when you find that happiness with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
That is rest. That is, your soul can rest and be at ease with who you are. So that's another part of finding where you can step out of that go, go, go. It's one less thing that you have to worry about. If you're a person that is like, hey, I'm great to wake up, run a brush through my hair, slip on my shoes and jeans and a t-shirt, and I'm out the door, and I don't really put, a whole lot of thought into that, then God bless you, because you're happy in that, and that's where you want to be. And that is a form of rest.
Mm-hmm. I think all of us also could really, separate from the outward appearance, every single person on this planet can probably use some self-reflection.
Oh, yeah.
Close your eyes and go inward instead of, worrying about what we look like all the time. That's half my battle sometimes. But I mean, a lot of people are stressed. And if you notice, this is something I noticed, and I know everybody's noticing it as well. It's not special to my brain. But you see all the quote unquote Karens coming out of the woodwork now. Everybody's nervous system is just as tortured and as stepped on as anybody else's.
Oh, yeah.
This society and the stresses of this society, this modern world that we live in, puts a lot of stress on our animal self, our simple, we need food, water, a hug, and that is what life is. Everything else is extra. So, but we need to maybe self-reflect. Maybe we don't need to be in the cereal aisle looking at all the colors and all the advertising and the flashes and this and that and the other. Our brains, our nervous system is really not meant for all that. And that's why it's so manipulative. That's
Right.
why we're so swayed by it, because we do need the gentle quiet or cacophony of the forest. We do need the burbling of a brook in the background and nothing else. We need that just as much as we need to survive in this modern society. So learning how to self-reflect, even for 5 minutes in the car before you walk in the door,
Yep.
your work, or when you come back home, and then you have all those stresses of taking care of your family and, taking care of their needs. But yeah, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, make it a regular habit to do that. And I'm not the one to say, oh, and you should exercise every day. Well, we know we should. We don't.
A lot of things we should.
Yeah, but stretch, move around, lay still, be one with stillness every once in a while in your life. And I think that will kind of dissipate all those fight or flight chemicals in you, so that when you do rest, it's more restful.
I've had people ask me, what is your favorite yoga position? And I always say Shavasana.
I don't know what that is.
It's when you basically are laying down.
Oh, you just lay there and let everything be loose.
And let everything be loose. So Shavasana, I love Shavasana because I literally quiet my entire body. I just imagine everything coming out of my fingers and toes and the top of my head that I've been holding on to, and unclench my jaw, let my tongue release from the top of my mouth, unfurrow my brow. As much as I rub and put lotions and things on my WTF line that I get right here, still there. But yeah, in Shavasana, you're just there. You're just existing.
Yeah, that's one of my least favorite yoga positions, because all I do in that position is want to get up out of that position.
Yeah.
Like, I have tried. That's hard for me to just lay there.
Yep.
I'm like, oh God, I can't. I got stuff to do. And I've noticed in my life, my nervous system is just trashed. My own little dog that loves me more than anyone else in the world, I get up all the time. I never just sit and stay. I'm up and down and up and down and up and down. And finally, she started sleeping on Don's lap when we're in the living room. And I was like, oh.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm still second choice. You just won't sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, because as soon as I do and I take a deep breath and be mindful and try to rest, then there she comes. Okay, Mama's sitting down.
But that's an important point, Michelle, is that when we're being mindful, and so sometimes mindful is not a good thing when your mind is full. Sometimes
Right.
mindful is me in Shavasana and letting my mind go, letting
Mhm.
my mind just empty. And believe me, it is not easy to do.
No, it's not.
It's not. And I have to literally walk myself through allowing my body to relax in parts and giving myself almost like a visualization of the muscles just relaxing and letting that stress come out of, my fingertips and my toes. And, even when you lay flat like that, you feel that tension across like your groin and your lower back and in your hips. I stand all day long at work.
Right.
So when I do that, I feel that tension and it does not want to rest. It doesn't want to leave. Like you said, you need to rest your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Your neck is literally holding up that noggin all
Mm-hmm.
day long. So, your muscles need that rest as well as your brain and your nervous system and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Your lymph system needs that rest so it can move out toxins and refresh we've talked about the water before, so all those things need to come together, whether you do Shavasana and lay on the floor or you just sit still for a few moments in a chair and breathe. Because you need to bring that renewed oxygen in and let out all that. We blow out that stress and lower that cortisol in our body through breathing.
Yeah, my favorite position is I have neck traction, I have an elongated heating pad, and then I put my feet up on the couch. So I'm laying, and then that's what takes the stress out of my spine.
Right.
That's my favorite. That's how I kind of relax. And I'm getting a massage on the 8th, so I'm really happy about that.
Nice.
So.
I rarely do like massage, that kind of stuff. I'll splurge every once in a while. I'll do mani-pedis, that kind of stuff. But whatever you find that you can, do to just give yourself a little bit of a rest. I mean, it is.
Well, I got my masseuse actually messed around and got a dog, so now we just take it and trade.
Oh, nice. That's even better.
That worked out for me.
For my lashes. Yeah, I used to do that for my lashes.
Yeah.
And rest. I have no nails. I have no lashes. I don't have my lash extensions on. I don't have my acrylic nails on. I do give my body a rest. My nail beds need that. My lashes need to come back in. It's heavy on them. So I do. I haven't had them on for quite a while, at least 6 months now. I take a rest from caffeine as well. I rest my adrenals. If you know me, I would live on black coffee and burnt toast. That would be my, and it just is fuel for me to go until I fall over and they go, that girl, what's her name? I don't know. Look at her necklace, but she's dead. So
look at a beautiful corpse she's made.
Exactly. She looks fantastic, but she's gone. So it's just a matter of making sure that you are giving your body rest in a multitude of ways, not just, I'm taking a nap or I'm doing this or that, or it has to be something that is it doesn't have to be something that's overwhelmingly huge. It can be little small things.
I think it's intent. You have to feel safe enough, and it is important enough to have your intent to be able to give those things to the universe for a while. Even Jesus rested. Okay, even he slept. It's good for you too.
There you go. Yeah, it is something that we overlook often. I mean, often overlook. And it's a shame because it's something that is desperately needed. So It's sorry, I had to send a quick text. My phone's ringing like crazy. I'm like, what? Nobody's leaving messages. They're just calling. So, I think that we overlook it. We don't think that taking 10, 15 minutes to just step out of a busy salon with all the things going on and just taking that time to go step out back or go sit in our car for a few minutes and just breathe is something that is going to reset you from when you walk back in.
Right.
And we're like, oh, well, I don't have time to rest.
Well, if you don't take time to rest, it will come for you, and it won't
be the
pretty.
permanent rest. Yeah.
Well, not only that, what if it's not permanent? What if you have a stroke and now you can't do the things you want to do because you've stressed yourself so bad that your body never had time to recover? You break down your actual organs when you don't rest.
Right. Yeah. And that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because all that cortisol has effect on all your major organs.
Mm-hmm. It breaks down your organs. It makes everything harder. It hurts your heart, hurts your liver, hurts your kidneys. The lymph system is not a pump in and of itself. You have to move it around.
Yes.
So doing simple stretches or walking around the block with your dog is amazing. And when I put it off sometimes, and then when I do it again, I'm like, why am I not doing this more? This is so fantastic. Why wouldn't I seek that comfort out for myself? I don't know. Maybe I'm a masochist. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a masochist, so I don't walk my 10 dogs. But I do. My husband and I split them in half, and not literally, but figuratively. And used to he would take 5 and I would take 5, and we would walk them. And people in my neighborhood, we would walk the canal, and other people walking their 2 dogs, you know.
And they're like, "Oh, do you have a business? Here, go your card."
Pet sitters or dog walkers, or no, we're just
no, these are our dogs.
These are ours. We're just insane. So, but I do go out in my yard with them, and I have a fairly large backyard that, and they will, even though most of mine are Shih Tzus, some of them do think they're golden retrievers, and they love to chase balls and get toys. And so
they're so friggin' cute. They're like little miniature little monkeys running around trying to be fierce. So cute.
It's my tribble tribe, my tribe of little tribble. So, I know it's like, but I do try to do things with them and engage them as well. So, because they need that. If you have dogs, and hopefully if you're watching this, you have a dog, that you're taking some of that time to value your rest, but bring your pet in because they are a huge renewer of energy.
They're a healer. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So that is something that is going to make a huge impact. Is I know when I'm depleted, like I joke around, I was saying Juju can't hold her liquor because she likes to lick and give kisses. But she also, when I'm not feeling 100% and I'm exhausted, not only Juju, but quite a few of mine want to come up and especially my cats. You've seen pictures of me with my cat, and he wants to literally take his forehead and put his forehead to my forehead. Or my dogs will literally want to rest their body or heart to heart connection on me and stay like that. And if I try to move them, they're like, no, you're broken. We're trying to heal you. Please stop now. So they know, and you need to really give them that time with you. Well, I think the hurts they have when they purr as well is very therapeutic. Yes, it's been it's been studied, and it has healing properties. So those of you who have cats probably instinctually know how healing they are. Cats are special. Absolutely. I say they feed my codependence because they love you when they always love you, but they only show it when they feel like it. They always love you, and they always need fed. Their food bowl is always empty, even though it's just been pushed to the side, but it's a national emergency that they're starving to death. So they are very unique creatures, and I love them as much as I love my dogs. Although my husband will say they get a little bit more of the percentage of love. I don't know. I think that it is that personality trait that they have, where like yesterday I was doing all this stuff for for the show coming up, and I had everything on my desk, and I'm printing labels, and I'm 9 million projects all at once. And White, who last time, loves to get on and turn around so his butthole is on the camera.
It's his favorite.
Yeah. And he jumped up here and he just literally was like, oh, there's too much crap on this desk. I can't lay here. And just threw everything all over the floor.
What is all this?
Yeah. He's like, it's time for a nap. So he was like ready for he knows his value of rest. And he will take it no matter what. And I literally was like in the kitchen doing stuff, and here come the dogs, and a couple of them were running. Like I have the feathers up here, and they're like, they've got feathers, they've got string, they've got, one of them had a sage bundle. I'm like, where are you getting everything? I go in there, he threw everything all over the floor. So
look what we found, Mom. It's great.
Yeah, those guys, they're just, oh God. I was just like, oh my God, give me that. That's all I do when I'm home. What are you eating? What have you got in your mouth?
So I've clipped all my Brussels sprouts bottom leaves, and sometimes I just let them lay in the gravel because I have all containers. I have all grow bags. My whole entire backyard's grow bags. Right. And I have a veggie lover dog who lays under the blanket for all her life. That's her favorite thing to do in the whole wide world, just lay under a blanket. But she loves vegetables, and she's so weird. And I know dogs love vegetables. This dog loves vegetables. Like, she's weird over it. Like just a raw Brussels sprout, delicious. She's so weird. But sometimes I'll leave them out and not clean them up right away because I'm like, okay, I got to come back to that or whatever. She, in the last 2 days, has brought in more dried out Brussels sprout leaves than I can shake a stick out. She's like, look what I found. I'm like, no, drop it. She's like, I have to go out. Yes, Gemma does need the greens. Yeah. So I have to throw away the yucky one, and I'll go out and pluck her a fresh one so she can have it. When I bring groceries home and we lay all the bags, they get to smell everything. She will, if there's something green in there that grew out of the ground, I have to get it out first because she'll literally eat it. By the time I lay a bag down and go back out to the car and bring more bags in, she's like, and there's like one half-eaten one left, whatever it is. It's ridiculous. So I give her raw green beans, loves it. I give her raw carrots, loves it. Nothing ever happens to her. What in the heck? She's so weird.
My guys get them as treats, raw veggie, green beans especially, and baby carrots. And I made vegetable soup, and I had just a small amount of it left, and I didn't want to throw it away, and I couldn't finish it, so I just poured it on their bowl. They were crazy for it. So.
She's weird though. She'll eat a raw onion if I let her. And I know that's not even good for her. And she's just like, no, I think it's delicious. I think I want this. Yeah. I'm like, stop it. Stop trying to die.
That's like me with donuts. That's like me with like cookies, cupcakes, that terrible for me. But if I get one, I'm not letting go of it. So I just said that to John the other night too. We were talking about, we have these little the little things on our arm that you punch it into your arm, and we can register our blood sugar stuff. And because we're both type 2 diabetics. And I said, I have managed to figure out it depends on when I eat something as opposed to what I'm eating. So if I eat something that is sugary, like the other day, I had a donut. We celebrated the first 4 weeks of my students getting through the first 4 weeks without tears. So
it's hell month.
Yeah, let me tell you, because I accelerated the program for this group, and we started haircuts within the second week, like doing pads and all that stuff. So it was it's a fast-paced program, and I accelerated that, and I was really proud of them. So I went over to the grocery and I got a dozen donuts and brought them in for everybody. Right, they had to take their first exam. Yes, I also give them written exams. So they had to take their first exam. So I thought, well, let me sugar you up a little bit, wake your brain up. And so I splurged and I had a donut, and I thought, oh God, this is gonna make my alarms go off on my thing. And it didn't, because even though they were taking their exam, I was running around laundry, doing this in and out.
You were spending that sugar energy.
Yes. And so I think it's the same. It goes full circle with when you're expending all that energy and you're putting fuel in that you're going to use up. And then you have to take the time to sit and rest.
Because you're going to crash.
Yeah, you'll crash. And I see them do it all the time. I see my students do it all the energy drinks and all the sugary coffee things, and then they fizzle out by middle of the day.
Yeah.
It's important. I know. Michelle's like, I'm ready. I'm done.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot. It is. And
it is a lot.
We just try as much as we can.
Yeah, you have to incorporate it. I'm a lot better than I used to be, I suppose. But all my choices are catching up on me now that I'm going to be 57 this year.
Me too.
Yeah. We're twinsies. She's older than me, though. Well, we love you so much. We hope you get some rest. We're eventually going to get some rest. Or
if you're in Pasadena, stop by and have tea with us.
Absolutely. We'll have tea there for you.
Yeah, we'll have tea, and we will be doing a live from the show as well.
Yeah, we might do little snippets here and there.
Yes. So,
but yeah, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a really great time. And until we see you next, may your next sip be as delicious as your last. Thank you so much for joining us.